This is Pattern Interrupt, a short episode designed to gently disrupt a belief or habit that may be quietly shaping how you feel in dating. There's a feeling that can show up early in dating that is very easy to mistake for something more than it is. It arrives quickly, it's physical, but it's also more than physical. There's a pull toward the person, a kind of attentiveness that feels mutual, a sense that something is happening between you two. Conversations feel charged. You notice things about them. You find yourself thinking about them when they're not there. It feels significant. And because it feels significant, it's easy to start reading it as meaning something beyond what it actually is. That feeling is attraction. And attraction is real. It matters. It's part of what you're looking for. But attraction is not alignment, and treating it as though it is can quietly steer you into situations that cost you more than they should. Here's what alignment actually is. Alignment is when someone's values, their way of moving through the world, their vision for their life, their emotional availability, their capacity for the kind of relationship that you want, when all of that fits with yours in a way that's durable. Not just electrifying in a moment, but sustainable over time. Not just present in a charged conversation, but visible in how they treat people, how they handle difficulty, how they show up when things are ordinary rather than exciting. Attraction can exist in the complete absence of alignment. You can feel a powerful pull towards someone whose values quietly conflict with yours. You can feel chemistry with someone who isn't available in the way that you need. You can feel something real and mutual and charged and still be moving toward a situation that doesn't fit your life. The reason this matters is that attraction by its nature creates momentum. When you feel it, you want to stay close to it. You want to see where it goes. You start to build a narrative around that person, not deliberately, but automatically, because your brain is very efficient at filling in the gaps with what it hopes is there. You notice what confirms the pull and you pass over for now what might complicate it. This isn't a flaw, it's how attraction works. It's designed to narrow your focus towards someone and make them feel important. That narrowing is useful when the person that it's pointing you toward is actually right for you. But it becomes costly when it's pointing you towards someone who feels right in that particular way, but isn't right in the ways that sustain a long-term relationship. The pattern this episode is interrupting is the habit of using attraction as the primary confirmation that something is real or that it should continue. Attraction is a starting point. It tells you that there's something here worth paying attention to. But what it doesn't tell you is whether that something is aligned with what you actually need. And the work of early dating is learning to hold both of those inquiries at the same time without letting one crowd out the other. This requires a kind of dual attention that doesn't come naturally when attraction is running high. One part of you can notice the pull, stay open, enjoy the feeling of meeting someone who lights something up inside you. Another part, quieter, steadier, not cynical, but discerning, can also be watching, not looking for reasons to dismiss the person, looking for information that tells you who they actually are over time. That second part is what gets overridden when attraction is treated as alignment. You don't have to shut attraction down to access that steadier part. You just have to stop letting attraction answer questions that it isn't equipped to answer. It can't tell you if your lives fit. It can't tell you if his values match yours when the stakes are real. It can't tell you if he has the emotional capacity for the relationship that you want. It can't tell you if what he brings to the relationship sustains over time rather than intensifying and then pulling back. Only time and attention can answer those questions. Attraction just tells you to keep showing up long enough to find out. When you hold it this way, as an invitation to pay attention, not as confirmation that the answer is already yes, something shifts. The urgency softens a little. The gap filling that your brain wants to do becomes easier to notice, and it slows down. You stay more present to what's actually in front of you rather than what you're hoping is there. And from that place, you make decisions that are more yours, not driven by the pull of attraction, but informed by it, alongside everything else that you're learning. Attraction tells you something is here. Alignment tells you whether it's worth building upon. You need both, but they are not the same thing. If this is landing for you, there's a continuation of this conversation in the member-only podcast where I go into the specific internal experience of feeling attraction without alignment and how to stay grounded in your own discernment when the pull is strong. You can find out more in the show notes. This episode is complete as it is. Stay steady, and I'll see you next time.